So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys. You guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that. And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose.
Well, hey everybody, it's me, Shane Kippel, spinner from Degrassi. I know, yes, I'm aging like a fine wine. Don't stop with the compliments. I can't take all of that. I'm blushing. I'm blushing. Right here though, I'm here for a different reason. Make sure you subscribe to Crazy Cat Lady's channel, so you could see, lots of Degrassi type content. Okay, and you might hear some stories. You might get some different takes, like this take right now.
Hi everybody, Martha here. So before we begin to talking about all the characters who had stories during this, let's talk about somebody who did have a story. Because apparently I did not know this before I started doing this reviews. That sadly one of the actors who are in this seasons, and I probably saw his last episode during this season. I don't know. So, anyway, the actor who plays Dave passed away last year, and he was only 29. His name was. He's only in one episode. Jaden Francis. So, yep. Tori leaves during this season. Left where the season started. So, yep. So, let's get started by looking up the characters. I have the Wikipedia page, so they have the characters tell me the names in case. Let's go order of the characters they have up here. And the first one they have is Luke, who didn't really have a story last season, but now he does. And it's not really his story. It is kind of. It's more of Zoe's story. Instead of his. But he's part of it. So Zoe is a kid actor who's been doing has been doing acting all her life apparently. Like her first acting her in a commercial when she's like 6 or something. And she gets kicked off of a show for taking drugs in real life, and so she has to go to regular school, and so she gets stuck going to Degrassi, yeah. And after Drew gives her sex for the first sex with her for the first time, she is upset and starts drinking at Miles' house, whose dad's running for mayor. And so, but she drinks. Oh, hold on, she's there, and him and Winston, I think, is the other kid's name that carries her to the room, which they should have locked the door. They had no idea that was going to happen to her, but they don't know what stupid teenagers think is fun and think that they're not doing anything wrong to her, because they think they can get away with it because they're Christian kids. Stupid Luke. Come on. It's like that whole, and having to support Becky during this season is that whole entire expression. Have you ever heard of the expression, would you save 5 people. If there's people in the fire, would you save your family, or would you save the pedestrian? And I think we know what Becky went with, which was good for her. I know it was hard for her, but she went with the pedestrian, basically. Because Luke walked into that room with another kid, I don't know the other kid's name, with a camera, and filmed her naked, and they were groping her, and they think they didn't do anything wrong, which they did. Even his parents thought that he was not. Well, the mom, the dad kept his mouth shut. I would not want to go to that church. Because we know what you're supposed to pick the side of the innocent, and they are not. So Zoe did not deserve that, even though I did not like Zoe at first. She's like basically what Paige and Holly J were first when they first got on this show. Mean Girl. So, but she did a lot worse, because what she does to sorry if you guys hear dogs. I'll do what they want me to do once I'm done filming this. So anyway, we finally get one of the boys who are mean to the girls on this show get punished. Like, we did not get punished. We did not see who hurt Darcy get punished. I know I did mention what happened to Claire. We hear about it, but we don't see him go to jail at all. So, but it's nice to see, even though Luke probably won't go to jail, he'll go to juvenile hall since he's a minor. But at least him and the other kid are both getting punished for what they did. And Becky told the truth in court instead of lying, because she's the one that finds the video on Luke's phone, and because they were putting other videos online. It actually was a girl that's probably a lot like Ellie, who was who found stuff for them. So yeah. And Drew, what did Drew not do this season? He kind of upsets the episode with upsets both Claire and Eli's relationship, because he gets in the middle of it, but they were doing long distance, and long distance sometimes never works out. So, and then he goes and works for Miles' dad, like being his campaign manager or something like that, or help out with campaign. And even though, and what happens is to him, it's not really his fault with Miles' mom. It's more of hers and the dad's. So both of them are having a bad relationship problem. Miles' dad's having an affair, and it's upsetting Miles' mom like it wouldn't. Like, she knows about it, but she doesn't want to divorce him, I guess, because she's the one to ruin his chances of being mayor, which, like, that should not even matter. It's a relationship. You have no idea if he's going to win. But, and he ends up helping her through it, and she does something that she probably shouldn't. He is 18, he's an adult, but she should definitely not do that to a young teenager. She sends her boobs pictures to him on his phone, like, what the heck? And he tries to comfort her by hugging her, and her daughter Frankie walks in on them hugging, giving her like the wrong idea, and because she doesn't know about it, Miles knows about the affair, but I don't think Frankie knows about it. And I think that we have a twins situation here because Frankie's is a ninth grade, and so is the other brother Hunter. I'm guessing they're twins because they're both in ninth grade. So even though the actors are not related, I'm guessing they're supposed to be playing twins. And yeah, so I think that's basically it for Drew. But yeah, Drew actually also loses his. I was gonna do that when we get to Adam, but Adam ends up dying during this season, which I had for texting and driving. That's even like one of the warnings on here. And because they have like on the above the page like all the things that you're gonna experience, and one of them is texting while driving. And Adam ends up dying in the car accident, and he has to deal with the fact that he takes sleeping pills, and has wrong effects upon him. He calls people in the middle of the night, not knowing that he is, and he calls Zoe and Bianca, and Bianca breaks up with him, and he was supposed to marry, but apparently they're not going to get married now. So, yep. So, next one's art is Mr. Simpson, but I could probably cover all the stuff that happens to him with the other students. Eli, basically, I already covered that one. They do get back together by the end of the season, both him and Claire. So, Becky. Let's see, I think I covered mostly with Becky, except for him and Drew do kiss in the fight in the boiler room while there's a storm going out, and they're about to be suffocated by gas. So, not really their fault. And let's see, Dave is next, which he's only in the episode where Adam dies. And I already told you what happened to his actor. Sig gets involved with the game this season, and he ends up trying to sell drugs at the school. He never gets caught by the teachers, lucky kid. But he does get. But his friend but Maya ends up giving him a new home because he gets getting kicked out of his old home because the guy showed up at the store where his brother and his mom were, and he ends up getting kicked out because she blames him. And the game that he's involved with is Vincent. So I guess Vincent didn't stay in jail for too long because Vincent shows up in one of the episodes. Like, why aren't you in jail? Stupid Canada law work. You're supposed to keep people like him in jail. He shot a kid. I know he didn't kill him, but he still shot a kid. So, and he's making younger kids sell drugs. Not cool. So, he tries to get out of the game with another kid named Tiny. And by joining a group where they help you get out of games, and his mom forgives him because you realize it's not really his fault. And the other girl ends up finding trying to find her name. I think it's Gracie who's the one who does this and who helps Maya. She's like the new school's hacker basically too. And so, yep, and yeah, and him and Maya they live together and tries to date her, but she's with Miles most of the season. So that's basically what happens with Zig and Raymond and Bianca. Dallas or Mike, but he mostly has like I'm trying to see if this is before that. Yeah, this would be before what happens in the future, but in real life. But this mostly Dallas gets up being back with Allie after she has a mean guy from France abuse her because they spent the summer. A lot of them spend the summer in France, while the other kids do camping and basically, and Dallas stays behind to help with camping. But Allie ends up dating a guy in France and is marrying him so he can stay in America, and because I guess he was going to get deported or something, and he ends up abusing her and like hits her and like abuses her like 3 times, and he helps her get through it by helping her get closure and like telling him do not go near her, basically threatening him. And I thought those two were gonna get a fight. I'm happy they didn't, but they thought they would. I don't know who'd win, but yeah. And since I'm not the same, since I'm not black, I don't really understand how what they go through when they're being racist. But it kind of this episode does kind of help me because they had Connor and Dallas deal with people pulling them over and putting them because a bomb goes off in the mall, and him and Connor both get blamed, and he thinks it's them being racist because they only take away they only have all the black all the black guys in there, and him and Connor both get pulled over when they're driving Mr. Senson's car, and he gets mad at the judge for not knowing that's him on the paper, not knowing that he's working with Allie. So, and he like does it. I don't know what would the wrong way be, but because he gets mad at the people, which makes sense. But Allie's dad tells him about a time where he was being racist for him being an Indian, for him being from India, and how he get put into gets pulled over. It's taken to while they're coming over in an airport, and he tells him just instead of getting mad at the attendant, file a complaint. In which Miles does. He goes and files a complaint afterwards instead, and apologizes to the judge because he did not know that he was Allie's partner. So, because Allie didn't write down the name, but on their science fair project, basically. So that's basically what happens with Dallas. The next one's Miss. Oh, but she doesn't really do anything this season. Tristan. He ends up having there's a new teacher there. It's a new English teacher, Mr. Grant, who I thought first was gonna be a Marco because Marco does teaching, but I'm happy it's not Marco. Because what he ends up doing to Tristan. Basically he ends up pretty much sexually assaulting him too, and he tries to do. I guess he almost does. He touches Winston, but Tristan doesn't think what he did to him was wrong. He actually after Maya finds out about it, she goes and tells Mr. Simpson, and first he lies about it, but there had to do an investigation anyway, even though he denies it. And so, yep, that's what happens with that one. And yeah, and Miles end up getting together at the end of the season after Miles hurts Maya a lot. So by making out with Zoe during when she's drunk, and a lot of other stuff. So yeah, let me see. Let's see. Connor, mostly Jenna changes him his makes him get contacts and makes him wear different clothes, and a bunch of Niners like Frankie and her friends ends up flirting with him and makes her jealous. And they end up both getting like I think either prom or homecoming queen together. And poor Jenna, she wore a dress that was not meant for her. She had if you guys ever watched what is it? You remember watched the Super Bowl? Remember that one time where I think Madonna or something like that, or Beyonce or something like that. Justin Timberlake did something bad and took off the bra. Except for this time, since Jenna was probably wearing a strapless bra, probably um, was not in the best of shape. Poor Jenna. So, yeah. Let's see who I have not talked about so far. Maya, the one I did mention about Maya is basically that she ends up having a face range page made to her after she does a very naughty video, and so that Zoe makes her about her, and everybody acts weird at the school about it. So yeah, so that's not cool. So let's see. I already talked about Zoe, Grace. I think everybody talked about Grace. Let's see. Winston. Winston basically ends up dating Frankie during this season. Miles didn't know about it first, but yeah. Jacqueline and Imogen both end up together during this season, and so yeah. Claire, she ends up going for cancer. She ends up beating it. After she sees one of her friends who also had cancer in the hospital pass away, and she gets sad that she ends up living while Adam didn't. And also, by the end of the season, Claire ends up being pregnant with either Drew or Eli's kid. We'll find out next season who the baby it belongs to. So yeah, so I think that's basically it. Usual. If I forgot anything, let me know. Thank you guys for getting me up to 265 subscribers. It's keep on doing all nice work. So I hope you guys have a great Halloween. I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And bye. Oh yeah, Becky ends up thinking that she's with older man online. She plays like an online game that has terrible graphics, but I guess the show couldn't get good graphics for it. But she finds out it's Hunter, Miles' little brother, who's a Niner, and I guess is she like a junior? I'm not sure what grade Necky's in, but I don't think she's a senior. But she has to tell him that they can't date because she guess he's too young for her. So that's basically it. Bye. Remember, we can Let me get through. Which the theme song in this season sucked. I miss them showing the kids around the school better than showing like a bunch of pictures instead. So bye bye.